Hi, welcome to this video of PowerShell training. In this video, we will discuss about if and else condition used in PowerShell. So if and else conditions or comparators are very useful in any PowerShell code or script. And the syntax is very simple. If condition, curly brackets, else and curly brackets. In the first brackets, you mention a condition or a comparison operator which will give result in the form of true or false. In the first curly bracket, you need to define an action which will get executed if the result is true. And in the second curly bracket, you define an action which will get executed if the result is false. Simple enough. So let's see how it is used in PowerShell. So let's define a simple action to write the output as yes with a different color. Maybe green, and action when the result is false to write no in red color. Okay, for a simple condition, let's give this one 2 equals 2, and let's try to execute this code. Since this condition returns a result of true, it has given a result as yes, and let's do like this one. If 2 equals 3, this should return no. Okay, so whenever this condition returns a result of true, this code gets executed, whatever mentioned in the first block of curly brackets, and this code will get ignored. Whenever this condition returns a false result, this code will get executed in the second curly bracket of else, and this code will be ignored. Now you might have noticed that I have not used equal sign over here and a word equal. So this is not allowed for comparison. Let's try to execute and see. It will give you an error message that the input to an assignment operator must be an object that is able to accept assignments. So whenever you have to do a comparison, you must use this operator. Okay, so there are multiple operators for comparison. This one is for equals, this one is not equals, greater than, less than, you can use like, anything. So if you have to check all the comparison operators, you can just search in the Google about comparison operators, and you will get to know all the details and combinations of different operators. So most commonly used are equals, not equals, greater than, less than. That's how it is. Now let's see how we can use this for some variables. So let's say if there is a variable which I have created called IP address to get the details of IP address for my computer, and I want to make sure that this variable is not blank when I execute my next piece of code, or whenever I am passing the output of previous command to next commands. So right now this variable is blank, as you can see, and if I execute this code, by default this condition will return false since this variable is blank. So let's execute this and it will return no. But let's say I fill this variable with IP details, whatever details are there. Let's see. Now it has got some details. Now let's execute this command. It will return yes. So whenever we just mention any variable without any comparison or any logical operation, it will just verify that the results of or the variable is not blank. Okay, that's how we use if and else operators. So please practice for this if and else syntax, and we will see the usage of if else comparison in scripts. And also one more thing I would like to discuss over here, that if else will not check for any additional spaces or the syntax, I mean the additional conditions. Let's see, if I have to do comparison of multiple things, and if I have to merge multiple conditions, what I can do is I can just simply put one condition over here and add another if else condition over here, and we can make the code more and more complex, or we can use this if else comparison to do some complex operations. Let's say if we have to add multiple conditions, let's get it onto the next lines. So the syntax of this if else does not matter as long as this sequence is followed. Sequence in the sense, if, then the condition in brackets, then the action in first curly bracket, and else action in second curly brackets. That's the sequence we have to follow. Let's say if I have to add multiple conditions, we can use AND operator and a different condition. And we have to club them in another set of brackets. So in this case, it will check for the entire result of all conditions if it is true or false. We can add another comparator for maybe this one. This. So we can club multiple conditions with the help of brackets, and all together, if the result is true, this action will be performed, and if the results are false, this action will be performed. So I suggest that you practice about if and else comparisons, and we will see in future how these comparison operators are used in actual scripts. Thank you for watching this video. Have a good day.